discreet, it's rock solid, and it's understated. These are the Bose QuietComfort 45s, and they feel like a more refined version of the iconic QuietComfort 35s. In this review, I'm going to talk to you about the main differences and whether I think it's worth the upgrade. I'll start by giving my upfront conclusion of the headphones. Then I'll talk about the subtle new changes. Finally, I'll talk about the features that I like, the features I dislike, and most importantly, the features that I think are missing. Let's cut to the chase. You should buy these headphones if you want something that's super comfortable to wear for a long period of time. Or alternatively, if you're looking for long-lasting, reliable headphones, or if USB-C charging is a must-have, because I'm not gonna lie, it is for me. You shouldn't buy these if you can afford to pay a little extra money and buy the Sony XM4s or the Bose noise-cancelling 700s, because in my opinion, audibly, those headphones are more detailed and more cohesive and have a much better bass than these are. You shouldn't buy these if you want all the bells and whistles with your headphones. The Bose QuietComfort 45s are pretty basic. They don't have a lot of key features such as an adjustable EQ, adjustable noise cancelling, and adjustable transparency mode. At first glance, the QuietComfort 45s share a very similar design language to the QuietComfort 35s. In fact, from a distance, you'd be forgiven for thinking that they're the same headphone. After all, the new headphones fold flat, just like the QuietComfort 35s do. They also come with the same carrying case. You might recognize that leather carrying case from Bose. They also have the same physical button placement, apart from the power button, which is slightly more spherical on the QuietComfort 45s. From an audio point of view, they share the same internal drivers, which according to Bose engineers means that the QuietComfort 45s sound identical to the QuietComfort 35s. Now, I don't know how true that is in testing, but that's according to Bose. If you're already familiar with how the QuietComfort 35s sound, then you'll know that it's a very balanced EQ with a focus on vocals and just an underwhelming amount of bass. It's my opinion, I don't think that the bass is enough, it's just slightly less than what I'd want it to be. Both of these headphones weigh exactly the same, give or take a few grams, and they both have multi-point Bluetooth pairing, which means that you can connect to two devices simultaneously. But the difference is in the details. For instance, now the QuietComfort 45 is powered by USB-C instead of the micro USB, which you find on the QuietComfort 35s. That means that from a dead battery, this can go from 0 to 3 hours of playback time from a 15-minute charge. Another difference is that these headphones come with a slightly larger battery at 25 hours versus the old 20 hours. Now that might appear to be a solid upgrade on the old headphones, but when you compare the QuietComfort 45s to the Sony XM4s, you realize that it's actually not that great. Another difference is that the microphones are now placed on the headphones in slightly different places. Plus, there's a fourth external microphone on the QuietComfort 45s, which help to power the noise rejection mic system. Quite fancy language to say it just rejects wind noise and picks up your voice through that extra mic. The QuietComfort range has always been quite lightweight and very comfortable to wear. I've always loved how gentle the clamping force on these headphones are. You don't really fatigue too much from wearing them. So Bose have kept most of it the same, with the exception of a couple of things. Firstly, the ear cups are ever so slightly deeper. Now, I didn't think the QuietComfort 35s had shallow ear cups by any means, so this is a very welcome change. I just didn't think it was necessary. And they're no longer pleated on the side, like you can see in the QuietComfort 35s, they're just smooth. The final difference is that the QuietComfort 45s use a different type of Bluetooth. It uses Bluetooth 5 rather than Bluetooth 4. I'm not gonna lie, I just thought Bluetooth was Bluetooth, but there's actually a key difference here. Bluetooth 5 uses less power, it provides double the speeds, and it gives you 4 times as much range. On paper, this all sounds great. Bose has improved the things that have worked, and it's just got rid of the things that don't. Basically USB-C. But after using these for a few weeks and coming from the Sony XM4s, I was left feeling a little bit flat. For starters, you can't adjust the level of noise cancelling or have a custom EQ on the QuietComfort 45s. I mentioned this earlier, I think this is like essential now to having a pair of headphones. How can you not be able to adjust the EQ? Or how can you not be able to adjust the noise cancelling depending on the environment? Sure, it's not a deal breaker, but they're both really nice to have. And especially the EQ, I think is a must have. Both of those features are on the Sony XM4s and the Bose noise cancelling 700s. So it makes me think that Bose intentionally left it out of this headphone just to like kind of convince people to make the upgrades of the noise cancelling 700s. There's got to be a differentiator, right? It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand why they can't make a software update to make this happen. I was also disappointed by ambient mode because the performance of the ambient mode really didn't live up to what I was expecting. It doesn't work too well when you're outdoors. I find that it lets in too much noise pollution like wind noise. Some other really nice things to have that these headphones just don't have are the various sensors and things which you get in the XM4s, such as like there's an aware sensor inside the ear cup, so when you take your headphones off, the music automatically stops playing. I also noticed that you don't have like an over ear cup sensor, so you can stop the music or turn on ambient mode just by doing that. The other thing is that the mics on these headphones aren't that impressive, and I wouldn't recommend them for Zoom calls when you're working from home. A minor point, and I left this last for a reason, is that the QuietComfort 45s don't have a virtual assistant, but you can still use Siri. To be honest, I don't really use a smart assistant from the headphones anyway because I find it's too fiddly, but it just surprises me because they really pushed a voice assistant on the QuietComfort 35 Mark IIs really hard, like everywhere, but they've just completely dropped it in the 45s. I don't know why. At £329 for these headphones, you get so much less bang for your buck than if you went for the Sony XM4s or the Bose noise cancelling 700s. Especially when you consider that those other two headphones have been out for such a long time now that there are discounts and offers coming up for them all the time. You no longer have to pay RRP, guys. Don't get me wrong, these headphones are still great. They're lightweight, they're very comfortable, they're very reliable. I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10. They do everything reasonably well, but in my opinion, there are two other industry-leading noise cancelling headphones out there, and they offer more features, customizations, better value for money, better audio quality than the QuietComfort 45s ever could. The Bose used to be the king of noise cancelling headphones. Now the competition is so tough. How are you going to dethrone the XM4s? They are a fantastic headphone. It's so hard to criticize it. Anyway, it's for that reason that I've sadly decided that I'm going to return these QuietComfort 45 headphones and stick with what I've already got. I'm currently using the XM4s and I don't intend to switch unless something absolutely phenomenal comes out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you learned something new.